showing you how to make your very own customized single eyeshadow labels. All right, let's get started. You'll need either Excel or OpenNote Calc, and we're gonna go ahead and get right into that now. So I've got this opened up here. I'm just gonna share my screen here. And you can see on this, I've got tabs to make each of the palette's labels. The first thing that I do want to draw attention to is this over here. You've got some properties and some styles and formatting. I'm not exactly sure how Excel looks. I can't remember, but the free version has a couple different types of tabs over here in the corner. Let me just go ahead and stick myself really inconveniently in the middle of the picture. But you want to click on styles and formatting. And then from here, you'll see that I have brand, palette, shade name, and shadow code. What these are formatted fonts, sizes, and any kind of additional things that I want to add to that specific type of label. If you come over here and select the entire column by clicking on your number, or if you wanted to go by row, you would click on the letter, then you can go ahead and you can see over here in the corner, it's got this highlighted. You can double click and then add your modified formatted like style and font to your actual thing. So you can see here I have Natasha Denona and then I have the palette. So I have the brand and the palette, and if you go in, you can modify and make your own specific font and label that you want. Make each line a separate format. So like your first line would be your brand name, your second line could be your palette, and then your third and fourth can be the shade names code if they've got it, like Natasha Denona has codes for hers. So that's how I've done mine, and I just use Arial Narrow because I want it to fit within a certain constraint, and then I went ahead and made it bold so that it stands out against the shade name, which is right below it. So click on OK. So here's where you would go to make a new one, and then also I just want to not remind you, but let you know that down here they have these different types of styles. But to just go ahead and click custom styles, and then that's where you can add your own. So I'm just adding, you can go ahead and add a new one. I've already done that, so I don't really need to add any more, but that's where you would go to add your line item. In the modify for the organizer right over here, you can put the title. So for me, this is going to be my shade name. Then over here with the font, I'm selecting Arial, regular, and then I'm making it pretty small, making it a size 7. But it is going to be bigger than my title and my palette name, or my brand and my palette. So, and then in the corner down at the bottom, you can see an example of it. So over here is really important to note. This, if you click on it and hold your left mouse key down, you can see that it'll give you the height, and it gives you it in inches. This is really important when customizing your label because you want to make sure that the sum of your, let me just show this up here, the sum of your title, your shadow name, and your code, or maybe a website or whatever, doesn't exceed whatever the length of your custom eyeshadow. So for example, I'm going to just go ahead and run this over to you guys real quick. For a Natasha Denona large pan, which is what I'm using here as an example, caliper, you can also just use a ruler, but up here you can see that you don't want to exceed about an inch in like height. And then probably the same goes for the width as well. I went ahead and made mine 1/4 of an inch so that this little punch here would be used to punch out my labels. But unfortunately it didn't really work. They kind of like made the edges really jagged. So I just went ahead and scrapped that idea, but I kept the format so that the stickers look really, really nice. So here, my next height is 0.14 inches. And 0.13. So you want to make sure that the sum of all of those heights doesn't exceed. And you can just click and drag on your height and get whatever height you want. So it'll space out things, and then also you want to do that with your columns as well. Is that right? Columns and rows? Yeah. So here I went ahead and made it about 1/4 of an inch in width, but now that I've measured it and I'm going to be cutting them out by hand with scissors, I could have went almost an inch. So you could do that as well. And that would make it probably a little bit easier on you. So I did that for the Natasha Denona green brown palette, but let's go ahead and take a look and see how it would look just starting fresh. So I'm going to go over here to this tab, which is the Natasha Denona Gold. And you can see I've started. So this one, I'm going to go ahead and make it about 0.85 hundredths or 85 thousandths of an inch, or whatever you want to call that. Click and drag it over and make all of the rows that length. So now you can see that my entire label fits. When selecting, oh, let me go into it. So when you want to select the next row being your shade name, let's say that you want to italicize and you want to make it a Courier new font or whatever, go ahead, select the row by clicking the number, and then double click over here on your styles and formatting, and then that formats that line for you. It's a really quick hack that'll show you guys how to, quickly just snap to formatting. Anytime you change any of that formatting over here in the styles and formatting, it automatically applies to your spreadsheet right then and there. So it's a really good little hack when you're trying to figure out how you want the aesthetics of your custom style eyeshadow to look. I suggest staying with something like a very clean, simple text like Courier, Romans. I like Arial Black, but anything that's simple will be a lot easier to format and modify. So just remember to make sure you stay within the confines of your single eyeshadow's diameter or width and length, and then also use the styles and formatting to create some titles of like pre-saved basically formats, little templates for you to create your labels with. So I'm going to go ahead and have this template saved down below, and you guys can hit up the description box to see how all that looks, and then you can fiddle fart with it if you want. You could use my template, doesn't matter, or you can just start from scratch on your own. It will be available with PC. I am working with somebody to see about getting it formatted for an Apple or a Mac, but I use PC and Samsung, so that's what I know. I went ahead and I did a test run on a piece of paper, and when I cut it out with the paper, it worked really, really well for the labels. But unfortunately, when I printed it to my paper, my glossy clear paper, it kind of tore, and so some of the edges were really jagged, and I'm afraid that over time they might lift up. So just a reminder, if you go to print your labels on a clear transparent sticky back, that you probably just want to use a pair of scissors to cut them out and just grunt and grind. But anyways, these are the labels printed out. You can see them a little bit closer, and I'm just going to hand cut all of them, and I have them spaced such that I won't have to like cut any excess off. I can just cut right in there, and those are the two labels. So hopefully this helps you guys, and if you're finding value in this content, as always, make sure you subscribe down below. But that's how I am labeling my large pan Natasha Denona shadows for you guys. Hope you guys will stick around, like this video if you want to see more content in the future, and yeah, like and comment. Talk to you guys later. Bye.